calculate the coefficient of variation for the sample 4, 6, 9, 10, and 12. So remember, the coefficient of variation for a sample is S divided by X bar times 100. So we'll need the formula both for S and X bar. So S is equal to square root sum x squared minus sum x in parentheses squared over n, all divided by under the square root n minus 1. X bar is equal to sum x divided by n. So let's make our columns and see what we get. So for x, it's 4, 6, 9, 10, and 12. For x squared, it's 16, 36, 81, 100, and 144. Let's add these up and see what we get. So literally, I'm doing this out here with my calculator along with you. For x, I get a sum of 41. And for x bar, when I add them up, I get a total of 377. So let's plug into our formula for s and see what we have. Square root of x squared, remember the second column is always first, 377 minus 41 squared divided by 5, all divided by n minus 1, which is 4, under the square root. So let's take our 41 squared and let's divide it by 5. And when I do, I come up with 336.2. And I'll divide that by 4. And upon subtracting, I come up with 40.8, again divided by 4, which is square root 10.2. And when I do square root of 10.2, I'm actually going to not round to the nearest whole number, even though my data is to the whole number. The reason why is I'm plugging into formula for coefficient of variation. If you had rounded to the nearest whole number, I didn't really say in the problem, I wouldn't take points off on a quiz though. So I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth, and I get 3.19. Let me plug in for x bars as well. Sum of x is 41, and I'll divide that by my n. There were 5 pieces of data originally. And when I take 41 and divide it by 5, I get a sample mean of 8.2. Finally, plug into my formula for coefficient of variation, or COV, and I get a standard deviation, 3.19, divided by my sample mean of 8.2. Multiply that by 100. And 3.19 divided by 8.2 on my calculator gives me 0.389, which I'm going to round to 0.39. Multiplied by 100 gives me coefficient of variation equal to 39.